Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is my business partner, Dimitri. Today, we are thrilled to welcome you to one of Miami's most iconic properties, the Aston Martin Residences.
That's right. So this isn't just a building, it's a masterpiece. From the moment you step inside, you really feel that attention to detail and just the true elegance from the Aston Martin brand and what they're known for. Sarah, to me, one of the biggest benefits about the Aston Martin building is really the location, right?
Yeah, no,
like
for
at
sure.
the end of the day, I think this building sits at prime downtown Miami / Brickell location, and it's just so convenient, and at the end of the day, the views speak for itself.
And it was the last waterfront lot available downtown for anything residential, right? The view will never be obstructed, it will never be blocked. And speaking of location, you're close to everything. You have a Whole Foods across the street, and those are just a few little things because downtown is going through a whole change. But just location-wise, we're less than 15 minutes from the airport, not even 5 minutes from Brickell. You're not even 5 minutes by car to the arena where they have all the shows and the basketball games. And if you walk, everything is walkable. That's one thing about Miami. I feel Miami was missing walkability. And what they're doing in downtown now, if you live here, you don't even need a car.
Yeah, I'd say half the clients I work with at this point that are looking for Brickell downtown and they're moving from, let's say, New York, Chicago, even LA, they choose not to have a car.
Yeah.
That's a new thing too, especially growing up in Miami. I was never able to walk anywhere. It was just not a walker friendly area at all. And I think it's slowly becoming more and more friendly.
And the cool thing about the building too is that, a lot of people who bought in the building are big car lovers.
True.
But
Very
a lot
true.
of the big car lovers, they're not using their luxury car all of the time, which is why I really like the fact that they do provide a car within a certain number of miles. So that's actually included. When you live in the building, when you buy a unit there, you have access to a car service, you have access to a boat service. I mean, there are so many amenities and so many services that can help you with just the lifestyle of living here.
And I'd say it's one of the few buildings that actually is concierge. I think so many days now, these buildings in Miami, especially the 10, 15, 20-year-old buildings, they sell you on that concierge approach. But when you really move in there and you live in the unit, you realize it's not that much appealing or appeasing to the unit owners and the residents.
And you know what I like about the building too? Not only do you have the concierge, but if you're living a fit lifestyle, we're both into fitness, we love working out, we love doing outdoor activities. I mean, you're right next to Bayfront Park, which is a huge park. They have amazing events during the year, but the park alone, if you're a fitness enthusiast, it's right next to the building.
And if you're not someone who likes the N home or any building gems, again, you're downtown, so the walkability aspect, there's a Sweat 440, there's a Soul Cycle, there's Pilates, there's 2 Equinoxes in Brickell. It's just one of those locations where you have literally every single option you could ever want.
And we're close to paddle. People are really into
such a good
paddle.
point.
There's a lot of new paddle courts and they're all less than 10 minutes away from here. And you also have a boxing ring.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, if you're into boxing, you're not too far from that. I really like it. I mean, a lot of people use the Aston Martin as their second home.
Right.
And they'll get the vacation lifestyle, but they can still have the fitness lifestyle. And can we talk about how downtown completely changed?
Literally I think the biggest transformation within the last 10 years for a city, in my opinion.
A full makeover, okay?
Growing up in Miami, downtown, let's say 10, 15 years ago was like the area you do not want to be in. Don't buy a condo there, don't rent there, just don't even walk there. It was just like a very big no in a sense. And look at it now, look what it's become.
I'm not originally from Miami, but I remember when I was much younger, I would come here to Bayfront Park. They would have a bunch of festivals there. And at the time, downtown was a little prestigious, right? You had a couple of buildings there, but it was more residential. And then when I moved officially to Miami, I wanted to go back to the downtown that I knew, and it wasn't like it was before. So I'm glad that they took the city of Miami took so many measures to revitalize downtown. It's going to be the next place to be.
And then as an example, just look at the World Center.
Yeah, what's the
Before-
World? Oh yeah, well you have the mall and you have the convention, right?
Yep. So you have the mall, you have the convention, and you have the shopping that's coming along.
And you have the Bright Line, which is, the Bright Line is huge. So you're walking distance to the train that will take you all the way to Orlando. And I heard it's expanding to Tampa as well, right?
Yep, and that even goes back to the aspect that we were saying before of just like the sheer walkability and the aspect and the access to so many different things. All within, let's say, a 1 to 2 mile radius.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, especially in this competitive condo market, it's going to come down to location. And with the Aston Martin, there's not really any better location than where we're currently at.
I agree 1000%. Let's talk about the building now. It was just built. It was completed in 2024.
And I want to say this was probably the most highly anticipated completion I've ever witnessed for a new development project.
And especially because of the location, when you're on an airplane, when you're looking at the Miami skyline, you would just watch the completion every single year. It was really beautiful to see.
No, it was stunning. And just like the overall architecture of it, again, typically what you're seeing is like, you know, the square boxes, maybe a little bit of waving around, but just the iconic aspect of the way this building was designed is next level, in my opinion.
I've never seen anything like it. You have, how many units again?
391.
Oh, wow. And yeah, that's true. It's a lot of, it seems like a lot of units, but you have anywhere from studios to how many bedrooms is the penthouse?
7 bedrooms. Technically 10 if you count like the maid quarters and whatnot. And like to your point, at 391 units, you would think it's gonna be just a mosh posh of a bunch of people living in here. But every time I've come in here, I'm in the private elevator, and to be honest, if I don't want to see anybody, it's very easy to do that in this building.
Yeah, that's true. Even though there's a lot of units, and I've heard that a lot of people bought multiple units. They bought units for themselves, they bought units for their family members, and we have to remember that in Miami, a lot of people use condos as a second home.
Correct.
The amenities are amazing.
I've never seen anything like it.
And I have a kid, so I usually don't like the condo life as much with a kid. This is probably the only building that I would live in with my daughter.
Literally almost 43,000 square feet of amenities. Like, it's basically your own little playground. You have a golf simulator, you have, I want to say 2 or 3 pools, you have the Sky Lounge, and you have an art gallery, like an art gallery. Have you ever heard of that in a building?
No. And on top of that, I have a kid. So there's a teens room, they have the kids room. I feel like whether you have children or you're single or you're in a relationship or you're by yourself, you're a bachelor, you have something for everyone.
That's a really good point. There's a lot of a different mix of crowd here, ranging from that family aspect to your, let's say, your bachelor at the end of the day. I'd say most of our clients too are a good mix of different backgrounds. And I think I've had, I want to say 5 different clients reach out to me specifically about the Aston Martin. And again, all walks of life, all ranges of age, all different ethnicities. People just love it here.
Another thing that I appreciate, speaking of the different types of people, is that you get a lot of privacy here. Yeah. Although you're in the middle of downtown, you have a lot going on, the security here is top tier.
Yeah.
Everything is automated, the security is tight, it's mostly private elevators, and even when you come to your unit, you can open it electronically.
Which is beautiful. And what I'd say, at least compared to other buildings, typically in the larger units is where you feel more privacy and more of that private elevator style. But in this building, every single unit has their privacy, which is unique, ranging from the studios all the way to the big mama penthouse at the end of the day.
No, Aston Martin did a terrific job providing things that people need for a building. They didn't just build your typical pool and your typical gym. There's a men's salon, there's a women's salon, you have 2 movie theaters. So imagine, it's the Super Bowl is coming up this weekend, you reserve that room, you have your friends over. That to me is the Miami lifestyle. It's the flexibility.
But I mean, look, ultimately the Aston Martin has redefined the true meaning of the luxury condo world.
There's nothing like it at the moment.
At all.
In the downtown and Brickell areas, this is the newest one, and I've never seen anything like it.
So as a buyer, it's extremely important to work with the right professional, especially in today's condo market. At the end of the day, what me and Sarah are here for is to hold your hands, assist with any negotiations, and just make sure you're making the smartest investment possible.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or even rent a condo at the Aston Martin in Miami, Dimitri and I are here to help.